everybody. Yeah, today we were going to look at tariff issues. And it's not just China tariffs. I know it's titled Chinese tariffs, but I guess tariffs are going everywhere. And so I think I've been following it. Maybe you all are as well. It's this new administration, whether you're for Trump and his team or against Trump and his team, it's been very chaotic. It's been very hard to predict anything that's happening, and things get posted on Twitter and then they get retracted, and there's news stories and there's back and forth. And then I know Scott Bessent, the treasurer, is saying things, and supposedly, like, when I follow our treasurer saying, yeah, we're working behind the scenes with China and India. But then you see, I think China posted today is like, we're not talking to anybody, and the U.S. better turn these tariffs off. And I know now Trump has also backtracked, and saying, hey, we're going to get this worked out. And so it's very, very uncertain. The stock market's bouncing all over the place because people don't like certainty. Uncertainty in a normal world, when the stock market crashes lower like it has, I think it's dropped 15%. Normally, money leaves risky equities and floods into safe treasury bonds. That has not happened. People have been leaving bonds as well. And so there's a lot of concern on the treasury market, and there's a lot of crazy things going on that we're kind of in new territory. So we're in new territory on how much the debt is in the U.S. We have insanely massive amount of debt. I think they need to renew $7 trillion of short-term debt this year. That's going to be really difficult, especially, guess who buys our debt? China, Japan, other people. Are there going to be buyers to buy that debt? Our interest rates are so high. Mortgage rates, I read yesterday, I think they hit a new high. And the stated goals of Bessent, the treasurer, and Trump were, hey, we're going to get down these long-term rates. We're going to get down. That has not happened. They've gone back up. And so I think the 10-year treasury was at 4.5% yesterday. And I think I saw mortgage rates were up near 7%. And so again, we're a new world, and we're going to tariff the whole world, and are we? And our deals being worked out. So I think the long or short answer is there is just complete uncertainty. We don't know what's happening with the tariffs. We don't know what's happening with the Ukraine war. We don't know what's happening with the interest rates. We don't know what's happening in the stock market. On the cannabis side, we do not know what's happening at all with the rescheduling. I think of all the things that Trump and Bessent and Lutnick and David Sachs, and they're all focused on right now is the tax bill, getting the tax bill through, the war in Ukraine, immigration, the tariffs, the stock market crashing. Cannabis is so low on their list. I don't think we're going to have any guidance of any way of what's going on the federal side, at least. Luckily, as always, the last 12 years, states and counties just move right along on their own. Say, federal government, you go do your thing, we'll do our thing. And so we've had a lot of good movement on the state side this year as well. Now, if you're a cannabis company and you're dealing with tariffs, so whatever, your vape pens, you buy the pens from China or whatever, you're going to have to deal with that higher cost. And I heard something yesterday where how this is really, again, it goes against the messaging. So the messaging from Bessent in a big way, and Trump, okay, we are helping Main Street, small middle class people, small business owners like me, like you. That's who they're going to help. Where Wall Street's had its run and all the execs and the hedge fund guys, we're going to help Main Street. But tariffs are not going to help Main Street. It's not helping me and my business. If prices are going higher and people, inflation affects the average mom and pop consumer. So if we're going to see inflation, people are going to be spending less. I saw a thing that made complete sense to me. Who's this going to help? Walmart. Walmart can Walmart might love this. They're like, great, prices are going up. We're the low cost solution. We will just lose money for the next, we won't raise prices. We'll keep prices low. We'll lose money for the next 2 years. Lots of small businesses will go out of business. We'll eat up more market share. And when these tariffs go away, we'll be killing it. And meanwhile, the small businesses who have debt and loans to pay and kids to pay for, they're not going to be able. And so the question comes, if you're a small business owner and you sell whatever. I think it was Hasbro, they make board games. They were like, oh, our costs are going to go up $300 million this year. Well, say we have a store right here down the block from me. They sell board games. Are they going to raise their costs? And so instead of paying whatever, $50 for a board game, now you pay $80. Are people going to they can try to pass that along to the consumer, but that just might hurt your sales. And people may just not buy board games or whatever it is. And so you can't just say, oh, the prices went up on my cost, so I'm going to pass that to the consumer. The consumer may say, nope, sorry, I'm not buying that, or I might buy something myself from China cheaper on Amazon. So there's just a lot of uncertainty around the tariffs. We don't know what's going to happen. I think there's so much pain right now with the stock market and interest rates and things not really going as planned. That's why we've seen some backtracking from Trump and Bissett of, hey, we're talking to people. We're coming up with some deals. But again, China's the biggie. Doesn't sound like there's a deal going with China, depending who you listen to. So that's one side of the story. And in the meantime, if you're a small, now say you're a farm or a retailer, you're buying from the U.S. farm, you're not buying from China. Again, can the farm pass cost on to the retailer? Maybe not. Maybe there's some farms that will try to and other farms that won't, and the retailer will just buy from that other farm. So it's really the people that are buying at the source, which might be, but again, if you're a farmer, you can probably, you're going to buy your stuff from Home Depot. Is Home Depot going to raise your prices? I don't know. Now, if you're a manufacturer and you're buying packaging or whatever from China, you might have to start looking for U.S. solutions. There are U.S. solutions, but will those solutions be getting goods and services from the rest of the world? So definitely explore domestic sourcing. You're going to need to manage rising costs. Will those costs be able to go to the consumer? One nice thing, if you're a cannabis seller, and I think this goes for liquor too, your demand will be there. The question is, and so if you look at, say, Whitney Economics just came out with a report, demand and revenues in cannabis have grown the last 12 years, every single year. And the next 10, they're predicted to go up every single year without national rescheduling. And they're going to go up even more with national rescheduling. So there's going to be a demand. There's certain things that are like board games. If prices go up, people may not buy them. Or maybe a trip even. Less travel, or maybe I'll just take a camping trip nearby instead of going to Disney World. But cannabis, the people that want cannabis, they're going to buy it. If they have to pay a little bit more, they're going to pay. They're going to pay whatever the market price is. Same with liquor. They're going to get That's not where they're going to be cutting back. So if someone's spending $100 a month on cannabis and they need to spend 130, they're going to be like, no big deal. I might eat out one meal less, or whatever that is. So I think on the cannabis side, the consumption is going to be there. Maybe you'll feel a little bit less, and maybe the people packaging will be able to buy it more locally, and so that has always been one of the pluses about cannabis, even in COVID or recessions. Liquor, alcohol, marijuana, the demand will be there no matter what. That's one of the good things about our industry. So anyway, we've got some bright spots. We're seeing people raise capital. We're seeing new deals get done. We're seeing people expand. I've seen a deal recently, even in California, where dispensaries doubling its size with buying many more dispensaries. So that's going on. Another theme I saw the last couple of years, I'd hear this. Oh, when cannabis goes national, the MSOs, the multi-state operators, the big guy, they're going to push out all the little guy. Well, a story came out today from Viridian that the MSOs are in trouble. They've got way too much debt and prices are down and they're struggling. They're going to be getting consolidating or going out of business. If you look at their stock prices, they're way down. And so, yeah, there's no guarantee the big guy's going to win. They may be going out. The little guy who maybe raised equity and not a ton of debt. If you don't have debt, you don't go under. So hopefully that's you if you're the cannabis operator. If you're an operator and you need help raising capital, debt, or equity, come contact us. You need to be managing your expenses closely, your cash flow closely, your reporting. It's all built on world-class accounting. So yeah, reach out to us. If you're an accountant that wants to get into the space, it's a great time to get in, even with all this uncertainty. So anyway, thanks for watching me today, and that's all I've got today. We'll see you next week. We're going to do our end of the month wrap up May 1st instead of the crossover to the month was on a Friday, I guess. So we will see you one day late next week.